Thank you so much, man. I'm grateful for you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out today. I have a special guest in the building, Mr. Jose Santana, Crypto Taxi PR himself. Give him a round of applause, please, you guys.
Good evening, everyone.
You got to talk into the microphone so they can hear you, brother. You got to get a little closer. Right there.
You hear me now?
Perfect.
All right. So my name is Jose Santana. We're known as a Crypto Taxi PR. I just want to tell how I started on this.
First say hi. We'll give you some questions.
Okay.
You know, like last week, Jordan just took off, so we got to slow people down. We got to just say hi first, got to feed them a little bit at a time. So Jose's got a great story, you guys, right? So when we first got to this island, I say we, I mean like the crypto guys. I mean, I'm sure there was a couple other people, right, that were here, that were in crypto, whatever I have you. But Michael Turpin's actually the first Act 22 guy that came specifically for crypto taxes, right? Turpin came in, I believe it was April of 2016. It took about maybe another year later before Brock got serious about Puerto Rico, and then Hurricane Maria happened. And Hurricane Maria happened in September of 2017, and that's when, Brock pretty much put out a call to arms. Everyone that was, Brock obviously has a huge network globally. I was one of those people that received the call to come to Puerto Rico to help out with the recovery efforts in the island. I myself, obviously being Puerto Rican, felt compelled to do so. Jose was one of the first people that our community actually interacted with on the island, right? So this is, let's talk a little bit about that. When was the first time that you met Miss Lauren Slated?
I met Lauren Slade, another friend, Logan Golema.
Yeah.
And he contacted me over the phone through my webpage for taxi service. He wanted to go to a restaurant in Condado. So I sent few drivers from my company, but they wasn't available. So I was at home watching TV and say, man, I had to go because nobody want to go. So I go. So I went, pick him up, and he say on the way, Jose, can I pay you with Bitcoin? I don't have idea how to accept Bitcoin, but I have a little idea about the Bitcoin means, but know how to accept it as a payment. So I told him, pay me in cash on the way to the restaurant, and then when you come back, you pay me with Bitcoin. So I had like a few hours to figure out how to do it. And I downloaded the application. I used on that time Coinbase because it was user-friendly for me. And downloaded because, but I don't know how to work, how to use it. And it say, Logan, do it yourself because this is a new application for me. The other one in the other cell phone is broken, so use this one. I lied this time, but I don't know what to say. So I say, do it yourself. He did that, and he paid me with a Bitcoin. I asked for $15, and he paid me $150 by ever, maybe, I don't know, and say, you pay me extra money. This is not my money. So I give it back to you. And he said, no, keep it. I will be calling you during the week. So I transport then, and then Lauren started.
When was this exactly? Do you remember when it was?
January 1st, 2018 at 6:30 p.m. I remember the time. I just keep the transaction in my cell phone from this day.
Wow.
I never touch it.
It's better than me. I damn sure don't remember the time of my first trip. I mean, it might be. I might think about it, maybe. But not the exact time for sure. But anyway, so January 1st, 2018, if you guys were in the industry back then, you should remember Bitcoin was going crazy. It was running, it was, definitely ready. The bubble was about to pop. But the market retail was going nuts, right? The price of Bitcoin had went from 6,000 to 20,000 in a matter of like 60 days or something like that, from the end of 2017 to the beginning of 2018. And right around that time, Jose decided to accept Bitcoin and forever changed your life, right?
Yeah, changed my life a lot.
And, to say the least.
Now I don't have any.
Well, let's get there. Let's not tell everybody how much Bitcoin you have just yet. Okay.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah. Okay. But so you accept the Bitcoin, you accept the $150 worth of Bitcoin, and let's talk about how you got a little bit more excited about it and started deciding, okay, this would be a way that I could make some money. What did you see with the Bitcoin?
I see an opportunity because I say it did start from maybe 1 cent before when Bitcoin started. It started from 1 cent. And the time I accept it cost 10,000, I say maybe this is gonna cost more in the future. So I say this is gonna be my way of payment for my taxi service from now to all the crypto community guys in Puerto Rico, because there are a lot of people coming from the state living in Puerto Rico.
All of you guys.
Yeah, all you guys.
Most of you guys, at least.
And other guys that come to the conventions, I say this is gonna be maybe good customers, so I can accept more bitcoins and hold it for the future. That's what I did, and was my best decision in my life. It's best thing I ever do.
Best decision in his life.
So I never, I say I will continue doing this the rest of my life. From my business, I forget about the bank. No more money in my bank, only in Bitcoin.
Let's talk a little bit how you got there. Oh, yeah. Give him a round of applause, man. No more money in the bank. I've been starting this little hashtag, you guys, and I've been making this phrase a little popular, right? Ever since Justin Trudeau decided to become Bitcoin's biggest propagator last year when he froze Canadians' bank accounts. I started saying that we're going to unbank the bank, because if you're in the industry as long as I've been, the saying was very common that we would bank the unbanked. It still is a major concern, right? It still is, many, many, many people globally. I think the number is something like 70%, over 70% of the known of the world doesn't have a bank account. However, I think that in Bitcoin as well, you'll also see people unbank the bank, like Jose did. He started, he stopped using his bank, at least, only for necessities. But let's talk a little bit about how you got active. When we was in Dubai, by the way, he came to visit me in Dubai as well. When we was in Dubai, you told me a really interesting story, how you decided, this was going to be how, you paid off your apartment. So you looked at, some Bitcoin, you took all the money out of your bank account. Your banker was like, no, you're nuts. What's wrong with you? You're going to lose all your money.
Yeah, I went to the bank. I say I want to take all my money and put it on some investment that's gonna give me a lot of percentage, better than hard percentage in the bank. And they say, no. I'm gonna give you like what they do it for 6%, like what? Yeah, see, something like that. Of 6%, of this is not good. It's still not good. This is bad. So I'm gonna do a better business than this one. I'm gonna put on a finance system that are gonna make more money. And they say, no. This is a scam. Maybe you're gonna lose your money. Forget it. It's my money. I'm gonna risk my money, because if you don't take risks, you never get what you want. So I decided. I put the money on the Bitcoin, and all the fares I set in my taxi, I save it. And I had the opportunity on last May to buy an apartment in Catch here in Isla Verde with the ocean view, beautiful.
Right down the street, like literally right next door. Give him a round of applause, man, for the Bitcoin taxi.
And I say,
talking to the microphone.
I want to buy something here in Puerto Rico, near, so I can see the ocean and the airport. This is my view right now. And I don't want to pay 15 years, 30 years to the bank 3 times the value of the apartment. So I'm going to buy it with the earnings that I made with Bitcoins, accepting in my taxi. So that's what I did. And I'm very happy for that. Most of my dreams come true. One of them was to visit Dubai. I went to Dubai in 2019 for 20 days, all luxury. I have fun a lot. So this make me happy. I have to go again. So I've been there like 4 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago. He was there. He came, hung out. It was actually the first time we'd actually got to know each other. And the irony of this is we've booked this man several times, using him for events. For some odd reason, I had never actually connected with him. But the story that you had where you had this confidence, you had this moment, this aha and this certainty, and you said, okay, I'm going to use Bitcoin and I'm going to take this and I'm going to invest my money in it. And he didn't get cute either, you guys. A lot of people think that there's no other way to really make money unless you you do like options and futures and trading and, betting on low market cap coins. And all those are definitely ways you can make money, but they're all very, very, risky, right? All he did was just buy Bitcoin and ETH, man, a lot of it, especially when the market dropped. When the market dropped, think about when he got in the market, right? Pay attention. He gets in the market in January 2018. And if you guys have been in the industry long enough, you know what I'm talking about. He was at the height, right? And then we was about to hit a 1.5 year bear market where most people would have said, this is shit. I'm going to get away from this thing, right? I'm going to run away from it. He took that time period to get educated in crypto. And then when crypto got cheap, right, he went in heavy with everything he had. And he looked at it. He said, okay, now's my time to buy. I'm going in full force. And he literally went to the bank and took out his life savings and was like, no, I'm going to put this money in Bitcoin and ETH. That's all he did. And, we talked about his portfolio in Puerto Rico, in Dubai. I'm not going to mention it publicly, but let's just say this brother runs the taxi service just because he wants to nowadays. So let's give him a round of applause, man. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about how is it that you have, been impacted not only by our community but cryptocurrency as an industry, and let's talk a little bit to the Puerto Rican people, right? And how is it they themselves? I know we have a couple of Puerto Rican entrepreneurs in the building, and how maybe they can open up their services as well to crypto, and maybe they can, take some steps forward in their own personal finances.
Okay, my recommendation to every entrepreneur in Puerto Rico, every business owners, so they accept part of the business in Bitcoin and save it for the future. Maybe from now to 10 years, your story will change a lot. And it's very easy. You don't have to learn nothing like I did. Just start doing it. That's the right way. And then learn on the way. Because if you say, I have to learn first and then doing it, then price go higher and you lose the opportunity. Now it's good to buy. It's 38,000, something like that, right?
This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor.
Yeah,
I will tell you that Bitcoin is the best, bottom line.
Yeah.
That's safe to say. And, if you want to use your money and you want to go and, buy all the Bitcoin you can, it's probably a good idea for you. But this is not financial advice.
Yeah, of course. So this is my personal decision.
Yeah. But anyway, so listen, I just finished talking to somebody who's in here right now about their personal business. And by the way, she's a chiropractor. So you guys, I'm sure you guys put your hand up for me one time. There you go. So if you guys need a local chiropractor, you want to go see her for sure. But anyway, I just gave her the exact same advice. It was take a portion of, all you got to do is say you accept Bitcoin. Number one is everyone's not going to pay you in Bitcoin. The majority, if you own a small business today, doesn't matter if you're in Puerto Rico or anywhere in the United States or pretty much anywhere abroad, just start accepting Bitcoin. Open up a wallet and start accepting Bitcoin. Chances are you're going to get, depending on where you are globally and how much, there is adoption in that local area, you're going to get anywhere between 5 to 20% of your clients that will pay in Bitcoin. Most small businesses can afford that and to save it, right? And exactly what he said, he's giving you a much larger time frame than what I said, or which is 2 to 5 years, and what actually happened to him. We're talking about from 2018 to now, this brother's doing very well for himself. So in a span of 4 years, right, he just basically started accepting Bitcoin in his business, and he was able to accumulate enough to himself that, basically he could live off of that for the rest of his life right now. And you could do that with pretty much any small business, especially if you're in a market where there's a lot of people that use crypto. Just basically start advertising that you accept crypto, and from that, take a portion of your earnings and just keep saving it. Just keep saving it. And, Bitcoin is a pretty safe investment in terms of long term, right? There will be other coins that will outperform it. But if you're new and you don't know anything like this brother didn't, and you're encouraging new people to learn, then it's the best way to be the safest is to get, acclimated with Bitcoin, accept Bitcoin, very simple, safe procedures. And then with that, don't really look at it. Just kind of look at it as a savings fund. And, a couple years from now, you'll be really impressed by what you have. So let's open up the floor for some questions for Jose. Do we have any questions in the audience for my man Jose, the crypto taxi? The cookies don't count. Does anyone else have any questions? No one? Justin.
What wallets would you suggest for any local entrepreneurs to, not entrepreneurs, well, people, local businesses that would want to start accepting Bitcoin in their for their businesses?
Okay, for me, I use Coinbase wallet, but I don't hold the Bitcoins in the Coinbase wallet. I just move it to the Ledger Nano to be safe, right, from the internet. But I use Coinbase wallet in my case because I had a lot of coins, all of them, most of them, you know. And
How many coins you got? No, I'm just playing on.
That's the one I use.
I lost all my coins in a yacht accident in Dubai. He was the captain on the boat that's filmed. It was a horrible experience. I'm not sure what happened. All I know, there was a bunch of laptops and ledgers in the ocean. It was terrible. It's this somewhere in the Arabian Sea, somewhere in the bottom by the Palm. Check it out. You can find them. But yeah, no, listen, the easiest thing in the world to use is Coinbase to get started, right? How many people know that Coinbase actually took the UX UI guys from Facebook in 2013? Yeah, that's what changed, if you guys aren't aware. When Coinbase took on the UX UI guys from Facebook, if you open up Coinbase and you open up Facebook, they look alike, right? So they were really smart. They said, what was the most popular app in the world? At that time was Facebook, and still is, by the way, right? So they looked at Facebook and they said, okay, if we make our app look like Facebook, then people will know how to use it because people know how to use Facebook, right? And that's what they did. They essentially absorbed some of the UX UI guys from Facebook in 2013. Coinbase got a facelift, and then after that, it exploded in users. Obviously, the market increasing and so on and so forth, had some part in it. But the reason why Coinbase was able to take that leap is because it's very easy to use. Is it the best? Is it the cheapest? Of course not, right? It's the easiest, right? So if you're new in the industry and you want to get active, then Coinbase is going to be the easiest and safest route for you. Once you get acclimated and you get tired of paying those conversion fees, you start looking at it, then you'll start educating yourself. Every time you pay a conversion fee on Coinbase, that'll make you want to start looking for other options, especially if you start doing larger transactions. Yeah, next question. Come on up here, Brendan. You got to come on up here. Come on up here, you too, sir. If you got a question, come on up here. You can get in line. Wait. We got microphones, brother. We got this guy here. He's doing a great job with the AV.
Testing. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
So after that first moment where you took Bitcoin and you realized this was going to be a change in your business, how did you market that to the rest of the consumers that used your taxis? And what was the attrition? How fast did it come? Did it go from one or two people using Bitcoin to everybody, or was it 50-50, or how did it grow?
I want to just give you the tough part with that is that like when he started, the answer to the question is simple. He rebranded Crypto Taxi PR, on Facebook especially. But the reason those numbers may be skewed because we had a huge influx of people that moved here that were crypto guys that didn't have cars, and we all used him. Right, so and we were all one community, and he was the first, and he was super friendly, right? And so we all used him, so he benefited from all the crypto guys moving to Puerto Rico, and most of us lived in Old San Juan at the time. There was no power in most of the island, so we all lived in either Old San Juan or Condado, and most of us didn't have cars, right? So his business may be a little bit skewed to really gauge those numbers.
Hey, so first I'd like to give credit to Jose for seeing an application of Bitcoin very early on. I was just recounting a story of someone that we know within the poker world that saw an application with Bitcoin accepting deposits and withdrawals in a poker site very early on, 2011, and he's like a multi-billionaire. So I give credit to you for that. One thing I would like to say is that your reference to Coinbase. Coinbase is a centralized exchange.
Yeah.
It's and it's sort of for everyone here, the idea of crypto and sort of the crypto ethos is not your keys, not your coins. Meaning you have a seed phrase that you control, and you're sort of looking at me like you don't love this.
I mean, do you think I don't know this stuff, bro?
I don't, but I'm not talking
Right.
to you only,
No,
right?
the reason why we're saying that is
And
for
I'm
like
not-
new people, like Coinbase is by far the
A-
easiest.
Absolutely,
Right.
but they should be absolutely,
Right.
and it's a sort of an easy onboarding. But I think they should be aware of the idea and the sort of the crypto. And by the way, you say you don't think I know this, bro. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everyone here. And Jose said he stores his coin on Coinbase. Coinbase is a central.
No, he said he stores it on Ledger. He said he doesn't leave his coins on Coinbase. He says he actually moves it from Coinbase to Ledger.
Oh, okay. So is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
You initially store your coin.
I use the application to accept the coins. Then I move the coin from the Coinbase wallet that I got the keys also.
Right.
And then move to my Ledger Nano S
Okay. Perfect. So I think that's like
to hold it there.
it's a
safe.
very important point for everyone here to
Yeah.
know. And
So
like,
we have a plethora of videos on CryptoMondays.org. I'd like for you to take a look at them. So a good friend of mine, he happened to be a cypherpunk as well. His name's Ryan Lackey.
I'm not as well, but
No,
go ahead.
You're,
I'd love to be, but that's not.
no, just listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Ryan Lackey is actually a cypherpunk, right? It means, if those of you that aren't aware, the cypherpunks actually communicating with Satoshi when Bitcoin was made. There were some of the developers that were involved in the early coding days. Lackey's one of them. He lives here in Puerto Rico. Lackey was also a CSO for Tezos Foundation. He had $6 billion up under his discretion for security. Obviously, he was chief security officer for Tezos. On one of our videos in Crypto Mondays that we did in the Paseo Caribe last year, about a year and a half ago, Ryan Lackey was gracious enough to go over operation security for our whole community. Feel free to take a look at that video. Next question.
Okay. Next question, I guess. Not your keys, not your coins is my point. Remember that.
Thanks both of you for taking the time to come out and talk to everybody. Hi, my name is Stefan.
What's up, Stefan?
Hi. My question is more about kind of the process from A to Z. Accepting Bitcoin, because let's say you're in the taxi, it's kind of a fast-paced job, and my experience with crypto and all of that so far is a little. I could see maybe the hash or the long addresses and exchanging that being a little bit complicated for the average user.
FIO. Shout out to Luke Stokes, Managing Director of FIO.
Theo?
FIO, Foundation for Interoperability, solves that problem, sir. It gives you human readable names on your wallet addresses.
Oh, I should write that down.
FIO, F-I-O, FIO.protocol.
Okay.
Shout out to the FIO guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon.
But I'd like to hear from you kind of like how, like when somebody steps into your car and then, the subject of payment comes up, how does that work in a stepwise fashion?
So they use their wallet and put the amount. I use the QR code, show the QR code, they pay, that's it. Very easy.
Okay.
Wasn't a big deal for me, just show the QR code, they pay, I got the coins, that's it.
Okay.
Easy.
We got a question over here. Did you have another question? I'm sorry, Stefan. Did you have?
Oh, no,
Okay.
that was it.
Hello, is that yeah, so my question is first, do you have a fleet of drivers that still work for you today?
Are you looking for a
Or do you look
job?
for
You
fun?
look like you're looking for.
Hey, I could be looking for a extra job.
He's lying. He's gonna be up here
well-
soon, man. That's another one who likes to remain low key, but he's got his shit together over there. But go ahead. He's looking for a job. You need drivers? No, I'm just playing. How many
Yeah.
drivers?
So I
do you
guess
need?
my question is do you pay workers also in Bitcoin?
That's a great question. Do you pay your workers in Bitcoin if they ask you to?
Okay, the drivers that work with me, they are their own owners of their taxis. I just bring the platform and the clients for them. So if the client want to pay with Bitcoin, they accept Bitcoin. Some of them, they don't want the Bitcoin, they want the USD. What I told them is, I give them a card with my QR code of different coins. And then you show this one for Bitcoin, you show this one for Litecoin. You receive the payment, I see the payment here, and then I give you the money. I
Okay.
hold the coins, and they got the money.
Okay, okay, cool. And have you also helped like any of your friends or people that may have businesses to also accept Bitcoin, or do you also see more Puerto Ricans accepting Bitcoin or giving Bitcoin as a payment?
Not Puerto Ricans, but most people want to accept Bitcoin. They don't want to spend it. For example, Puerto Rican accepting Bitcoin as a payment, they hoard it like me. I don't use it. I just keep it there. So most of them like to receive. That's it. And I tell all my friends, owners of different business, you can accept Bitcoin. This is you don't have to pay because the person who give you the Bitcoin is the person who pay the fees. You are the receiver. You pay no fees. So this is good for the business. And then hold it. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, so I just want to touch on one thing. Maybe I was being a little hard on my guy back here in the back. He's 100% accurate with not your keys, not your coins. And I just want to make sure that we're kind of making sure that's clarified for not only for the people here and also for the people on the internet. When you put your money on an exchange, right, you're subject to the potential of losing your money if that exchange gets hacked. I believe Coinbase is insured, if I'm not mistaken, as a publicly traded company. A U.S. publicly traded company. So Coinbase might be the most secure platform, but that's the reason why their fees are so high when you transfer money from one coin to the next or to USD or even cash out in Coinbase is because they have so much regulatory oversight. But nonetheless, you're still subject to a hack when you have your money on a centralized exchange, which is exactly why Jose here understands to move his coins to a Ledger Nano. We're gonna start to do some more like tutorial videos for like beginner stuff. We're gonna start putting them on the website. Me and my guy right here, Jorge, is gonna craft some stuff up for us. And we're gonna go over like very basics, you know, and kind of like crypto basics, and kind of have tutorials, like 5 to 7 minute videos that'll be available for you on the website. We're gonna start shooting those relatively soon here. And I don't want to overlook the importance of what that brother was saying because it's 100% accurate. I don't know how long he's been in the industry, but if he's been around long enough for Mt. Gox, then he remembers the entire industry was what's known as Mt. Gox because the only exchange in the world at the time was Mt. Gox, and it was actually in Japan. And the founder of Mt. Gox, or the actually author of the code, never expected it to get as big as it did, nor that he designed it to be very secure and kind of like sold it to some other guy who was a business guy, not really a developer, and that guy kind of like, you know, got everybody's shit hacked. And that was in 2013. So, you know, obviously if you're an OG and you've been in the industry longer than that, then, you know, that's something that people who have been in the industry that long are very hesitant about. Is there any more questions for Jose Santana here? I need you to come up here, brother. We can't get you from back there. What's going on, brother? How you been?
So I'm Josh. I'm actually from Crypto Mondays, New York.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Question I have is there anything else that you're excited for in crypto in general, like in the future? DeFi, NFTs, yeah, both of you.
Oh.
Like anything you're looking forward to? Is there a new business that you want to start with Bitcoin? Is there some people you want to educate on Bitcoin? Maybe teach someone how to start their own taxi business and accept it. So, yeah,
You,
that's my
Jose,
question.
si hay algún negocio que tú piensas que va a empezar con Bitcoin.
For now, I just keep doing my taxi business. This is the one that is working for
So
me.
what your sound like you're talking about right now is a lot of work. And again, I went over his portfolio in Dubai. He's not trying to work too much right now. He's doing all right. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, he's a little bit older than us. He's hanging out. He's got his place here. He's going to get a place in Colombia. He's got, you know, his Colombian girl. He's hanging out. He's doing all right. So, you know, he's doing all right. He's not trying to work too much more. All right. So, yeah, I just want to, if that's all the questions, let's get a round of applause for my guy, Jose Santana, the Crypto Taxi PR. All right, you guys. So next week we're gonna have another special guest on 7 p.m. Monday time. I'm not the best at putting out the flyers and promoting, you know, on time, but just know we're gonna be here. I promise you, I'll be here. I'll be here, and I'll have somebody special for you guys. That's it for us, guys. We'll catch you next week. Thank you so much.